You know, lately a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here for this toxic, God take breath from me. I'm sipping this Henny, this pain, but it ain't helping me. My little nigga going against the grain and this shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money. My hunger for paper is saving my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich quick. We can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, but when you gonna go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder for hire, nigga. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, dog. Real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight in mine. It's me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas on go. I'm niggas so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me, they choked. Gave them the ball, and nigga they choked. Tables turn, that nigga you broke. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I sing your dead homie, yelling company. VMG gang, get bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant. I can get ignorant, we not considerate. Niggas do silly shit, we get the drilling shit. Guilty and innocent, don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the high left. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, but when you gonna go down? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder for hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, dog. Real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. It's me against these demons. Living life encased in the idea that my.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's been a while. It's really just been a couple of days, but a lot has took place in those couple of days, right? We are starting to notice that a lot of people are in these different variations of trains of thoughts, trains of being. I mean, we just watched the whole Jaguar Wright. And when I say like the whole Jaguar Wright effect, we just watched it. We sat in the bushes and we took place and we watched this energy that is always was of a low vibration. We watched it get transferred from one vessel to a whole nother vessel. We watched that energy get transferred. We literally watched how everybody shot over there to, Madagascar page. Maggie had a chance to be honest with people. She still decided to deflect. She's she is telling on everybody else's lies, but she not telling you about her lies, right? This lie where she says that I said she was an ex-worker at 15 years old. That's a lie. But she's sitting there outing everybody else, Odell, you know, uh, Jaguar, right? But she's holding strong to her lies, right? But that's a story for another time. That surely is a story for another time. Right now, I want to talk to you about frequencies and the rate of frequencies and why you see so many people acting the way that they're acting right now. See, there's a change that's taking place, and some people might not even know about this change that's taking place. Okay? All right? You might not even know about it. The reason why you don't know about it is because there's certain things that's placed ahead of it, right? Certain people are activated. Some of y'all call it MK Ultra. Some of it goes back to, you know, Project Looking Glass. And this is all allegedly, supposedly, whatever you want to call it, right? Allegedly, supposedly, right? So this is why you seen myself stay out the way. You noticed that it was a blood moon. You guys all know that we just passed the blood moon, roughly on the 14th. Why didn't y'all stay clear? Why didn't y'all stay clear? You know what happens during a blood moon. That's like the wolves coming out. Y'all was supposed to stay clear for a couple of days. Y'all better do like I do when it's time to duck. Duck. Lady Bridges, you outdid yourself once again. You shined on them. You know, Lady Bridges, now we got to team up and put a whole team of secondaries together. You know that, right? You know, you just gave us a task, right? Now we got to put a whole team of parallel universes together and put a whole. We got to get wolf. We got to get a Wolf Coochie look-alike. We got to get a Jaguar look-alike. Do you hear me? If we get a look-alike for all of them, if we get a Murph look-alike, can you know what you just started? Do you honestly know what you just started? You could be the Madagascar that puts together the whole Madagascar gang. TikTok, we over on YouTube right now. So if you want to know, we over on YouTube right now. Feel free. Go over there. We're on YouTube. Come on through. You know? You want to chill with us? We on YouTube. Come kick it with us. All right. Yeah, that would be so funny. Just put a whole parallel universe together. RC, what's going on? I seen you kicking it. I've been in and out. I've been in the bushes, man. I've been in the bushes. I've been in the bushes. I watched the whole Maggie page thing where everybody want the Maggie page, pushed her numbers up to 900. I watched the players that went over there. You know, I'm aware of AT2 saying that me and him need to have a conversation, but I'm not into being played for like a fiddle. You know what I'm saying? So I know AT2 is just saying that because he heard that, the knot created a fallout between us two. And to be honest with y'all, like I never fell out with the knot. So I don't know if that's the knot way of trying to find out who on here is going to do some weird shit and who's going to be real. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. I never fell out with the knot. So I don't know what narrative he pushed or what he said. I never fell out with him, so love is love in that direction. I don't have no problems with them. Uh, whatever narrative he spent for Sherelle World and Perry, I don't have no problem with Sherelle World or Perry. Love is love to them. I still pop in there live and speak to them and say love is love to them. So I don't know anything about the negative narratives that's been placed on this whole situation. That's the reason why, I've been telling people in the Discord, telling the Atlas family, we gonna lay low for a couple of days, let them figure out who it is that they creating a beef with, because all of them created like, new wave beefs, if you would say. And it takes two to tangle. So when you step out the way, they got to go back to who it is that they originally wanted to beef with. So you notice the knot goes back to beefing with AT2, pulling Sherelle World and Perry in it by talking about their moms, saying that, this parent, that parent. So now you see what the real beef was about. They was just trying to get people to be for them. So they're not trying to create a beef and trying to get me to fight for him. I don't have a problem with the people that he got a problem with, and I think that's the problem, is like he wanted me to have some type of disdainment towards people on here, and I don't have that, and I'm not going to let somebody else create that for me. So there was a lot of little stuff going on where he was telling me that it was AT2 and Danny that was striking my page. I'm telling him that, Danny has no reason to strike my page, and so on and so forth. So I'm telling him that he has some mods playing in my Discord, doing some weird back end shit, trying to create problems with my mods in my Discord. I didn't tell him the person name because I don't drag bad bones, but apparently he already knew who the person name was because he sent me a message showing me that they talking to him about me. So therefore, if it's your mod doing this, then there's no reason why you should have a problem with me, because it's your mod that's doing it. He said he mad at me because I entertained it. Obviously, I didn't entertain it if I ignored it for this long, right? So the idea of whatever it is he created, it was created, by him for him. It wasn't up to me to sit there and try to, go back and forth on a situation that I had no type of notion in. Like, if it's your mods playing a game, then that's your situation. How you gonna be mad at me because your mods is in my Discord playing a game and doing all types of weird stuff and I'm ignoring them, right? So I backed away from that and I ignored it, just like I told everybody in the Discord. We gonna ignore it, right? Because we seen that they were trying to create a problem with us, right? Even in the Discord, we seen it. So we backed away from it like we should, right? We about love. We don't want to do none of that negative stuff. We knew the whole idea was to expose Jaguar Wright for being the evil, wicked person that she is. And there's still a lot more to come out. If you think this Yellow Beasley trap house thing is, no, this was just one of the chips that we needed to fall with the whole Yellow Beasley getting arrested thing. This was where you give people a chance to catch up, right? You go back at my videos and you see that we've been saying this since December. We've been pointing this out since December, right? We kept saying, Jaguar, talk about that Yellow Beasley trap house. You know more information than what you given about. We've been saying this. The Atlas family has been on point with this whole thing since December. We've been saying kids was coming up missing, so on and so forth. We hinted around to the fact that Jaguar was an Uber driver, right? Now you think about being a Lyft driver or Uber driver, whatever it is that she worked for. One, you have to have a license for that. Two, who was you Ubering, who was you lifting? Especially after 2016, where all those kids came up missing in Atlanta. So we've been speaking about a lot of stuff. Now everybody's probably just now catching up with what we've been speaking on. I mean, we're still a good amount of steps ahead of everybody, with this whole Yellow Beasley collapse and everything falling out with this. We're still a lot of steps ahead of some people, you know? So we're still way ahead. We're still watching everything fall. And due to the fact that people try to implement us into that negativity, we took a step back, right? It was a blood moon. So everybody knows under the Aquarius sky during a blood moon, surely some things are going to be revealing of itself during that time. So we knew to step away. We knew to take a break. We took a break for a couple of days. We knew to take a step back. We knew how everything was going to play out, right? We watched how Maggie, she did an excellent job. Which I don't want to believe is Maggie is actually working for us, right? I told you guys back in February that Maggie was working for us, right? She was put in there to infiltrate, Jaguar Wright's whole cult, bring out as much information as possible, and, also do so with the understanding that this is the internet and the internet is undefeated, right? Now, of course, there's different variations of this where Maggie don't know that she's working for us, right? Because Maggie herself has to believe that this is what she wants to do, right? So when everything takes place, you'll see that nobody's actually in control and everything is controlled by energy, right? And then once you realize that everything is controlled by energy, you'll figure out how to manipulate that energy, right? See, these manipulate dippers, they don't really know how to manipulate dip, right? But when you give somebody an image and they fight for that image, you can watch them change their image, right? You watch Chris Sean, she changed her image, right? She started making money off of controversy. You right? You watch that one girl who's over, she's trapped right now. She started making money off of doing this whole backbite against God, undermining things, right? Now, you guys have watched this energy play out, right? This is Isis Osiris, but we're going to get into the Black Lilith, right? We want to get into Lilith. Right now, we're under the Aquarius sky. We're operating under, Uranus. Uranus is the ruling planet of that sky. So, whenever we have a transfer in planetary powers like this, we're coming out of a Saturn and moving into a Uranus. And this is probably why you see more teenage like atmospheres when it comes to grown people. You're it's almost like everyone is living in their high school years all over again. If you're opening up your eyes and recognizing it, you would almost say like, damn, this is like high school all over again. You got this group going against that group, everybody's grouped up, right? Nobody's looking at it from a adult mind to say that we're all adults, we're all grown. You have the right to believe and think what it is that you have the right to believe and think. I also have the right to believe. Nobody's looking at it like that. Even when people say let bygones be bygones, they're not really letting bygones be bygones. You know what I mean? They all come with this pre-notion of an attitude or some type of you think you're this and you think you're that. And the idea of this is to stay out of that ego. Stay out of that pride. Stop letting people tamper with your pride. Scratch your pride, right? And we watched a lot of these different personas do this same thing. I mean, they're really predictable in what they do. They're predictable. And that's why I say, is it all a play? Because you're watching what the Knot is doing, which is pull Sherelle World and them into a battle that he got with these other creators. So he had a problem with Maggie. He pulled Sherelle World and them into the beef with Maggie and them, right? And now he's pulling Sherelle World and them into the beef with AT2. So he's using these different platforms and numbers to play his little game. The same thing that, Jaguar is doing, right? Then he says stuff on the back end, like, the moment that YouTube is no longer fun for me, I gotta stop doing it. Like, what do you mean? So playing with people's lives, tearing down people's characters, that's fun for you? So this is not about growing. This is not about building. This is like some Pee Wee's Playhouse of a playground for you, huh? But I stay away from that due to the fact that he has the right to operate how he's going to operate, right? He has the right to operate like that. Now, I want y'all to explain, how did he go to Sherelle's World and Perry and apologize for a situation that never took place? How did he go do an apology for something that never took place? He swore that somebody was going to come out and bash Sherelle's World and Perry, right? And it never took place. So that means you created a scenario in your head and acted that shit out in reality as if it took place. That's weird as hell. He might need more help than Jaguar, for real, because that's weird to me that this never took place, but you took it upon yourself to force this into reality. You forced the problem with me and you into reality. You forced this whole I gotta apologize to Sherelle and Perry into reality. You forced this weird ass energy into reality, and then you sit there and sit there and act like you're not the one that's creating this weird ass energy with people, right? And now you're doing the same thing. But see, you told yourself that you will never make it look like you're coming against Sherelle and Perry. So now you're making it look like a bunch of other people is coming against Sherelle and Perry, when really this is your sneak attack because you're a vindictive person. And that's nasty as hell that you done became so caught up in your acting that you now have a falsification of what real look like. And you running around perpetrating like you're a real character, and you're the one that's disloyal. You're the one that's a fucked up individual. I came to you with honesty when I showed you the emails from Storm Monroe, right? You even turned around and said you emailed Storm Monroe. Now, do not ask yourself, what did you really email? What did you really email Storm Monroe? Did you email him and say, "Oh, this dude over here from TikTok trying to do this and do that. Don't fucking do an interview with him"? Because I showed you what my email said to Storm Monroe when he said he'll do the interview, right? I showed you that. When you asked me how did I get over here, I told y'all it was Essie Berry. Essie Berry contacted me because I reached out to Essie Berry. I said all of this already, right? But here you got Maggie putting a lie on it, saying that Storm Monroe hired me, right? You got the not trying to take credit for me being over here, trying to make it seem like he gave me, I put him on Jaguar, da 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 da, this, that, and the third, all while the getting was good for him, right? And then he tried to turn it around and make it seem like he grew my page, he created my page, whatever. I get that. You jumped the gun. You did the same thing Jaguar Wright do. You just did it a little bit sooner because you seen that I wasn't willing to go with your bullshit, right? And that's okay. You're a manipulative dipper. I get that. I've been on to all you manipulative dippers. It's weird as hell. You want to be a she diddy. You want so bad to be a she diddy. You want to be a C Diddy so bad. That's why you went over there and threw some money at Maggie, right? $50, $25. You telling me to block her. You telling me that she's over there to steal my algorithm, all of that shit. But here you are, you go over there and you super chatting it up. You's a snake, bro. You one of the nastiest type of snakes, a copperhead. You a copperhead. You copy this person, copy that person just to get ahead. You a copyhead, right? I'd rather deal with a rattler snake. At least I could see them coming. But you a copyhead. You pretend to be on whatever knowledge somebody else is on in order to get ahead, and then you try to downplay. You was jealous for me from day one. I kept on asking, why is he reading comments like that? All the way back to December, you can go back and see. The Knot was reading comments. They said Ralph is better than him. I look here, look here. I don't care if y'all say Ralph is better than me, da 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 da. This. That let me know that jealousy was building in you. That let me know jealousy was building in you. I was hoping you didn't do the weird shit. I was hoping. I literally was hoping. I was like, oh man, here we go. I hope he don't do this weird shit. And you still did it. You still did it. You are a self-sabotager. You are a self-sabotager, my boy. You self-sabotage yourself. You sat there and you created a situation. You created a situation where a situation did not need to be created. You try to create a problem so you can get out of the situation because you felt obligated because you ran into a real nigga and you felt obligated. What's going on with you?
Hello, Ralph. Hello.
Oh, it's Matty. What's up? Yo, you been
Hello.
chilling.
I want to see you.
I
You know, I got
know.
rid of Greg. I'm not with Jacques no more. No Jacques.
Okay,
He's a
okay.
lie.
Okay, that's what's up. So no more Jag, right? I see that. I see you turned up all the way. I see you
No
turned up
more
all
Jacques. She a
right.
lie. She not a truth teller. She lie. She lied to me. To me.
So how's it feel? You doing your own thing now. How's it feel?
I'm free. I'm not in the court. I'm free. I'm free.
I'm gonna stop. Give us three. Give us three. Yes. Hey, you getting it now though. You got super chats coming in out the yin yang. I see that. Last couple of days you've been having so many super chats come through. You know, you put Murph
Once
back up
I
on the
free
panel.
her, I got rid of her. I have good life, good life. I got rid of the trouble.
I can tell. You felt good enough to put Murph back up on the panel.
Yes, I give everyone a chance because
You
Jack, she lied to me about everyone. Everyone.
everyone. Man, you hey, you was doing your big one. I seen you, circulating the airways. So is this what came between so it was Odell then.
Oh,
Wolf
there,
Cookie.
Araposi. Yes, it was old Dusty. Yes, it was. It was him. It
Wolf
was
Cookie
him.
did it. But Wolf Cookie was trying to get both of y'all though, because he was kind of like picking out pictures of you and sexualizing the pictures of you and everything like
Oh
that. So
yes, he was looking at my tatas.
right.
He looked. But he
Yes.
cannot touch. No
Yeah.
touch.
That was for Jag, right? Because you was just for Jag, right?
At the time, but she's a lying cunt. I don't like her. No like. She gone,
Damn.
go away. I'm not in the court. I am free. Free. Make it rain, make it rain.
Yes, that's feel good to be free, right? Don't it? Yeah,
Oh
everything
yes, it's
counts.
good. Oh yes, it's
You
good.
didn't get the $250. She gave you 25 out of the 250.
$25. I knew then. She a
She just
lie. So I played along just long enough to pop my channel off. And then I run away. Away.
yes, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You got gone with a couple of secrets too, huh?
Oh yes, I have good
How long you
secrets.
think? How long
Oh,
you think you could drag those little secrets out? Like how long you think?
long as I can. As
I
I
know that's
can.
right. I know that's right. I know that's right. Drag that shit out. Right. So are you gonna keep using her name in your title? Hold on, you freezing up. You gonna keep you gotta keep using the name in the title. Yeah, is my shit messed up or is her shit messed up? One, is my shit messed up? Is it frozen? Only 25. She only got 25. Now Magic claimed to be a genius now. She claims she a genius now. Hmm? It's her, right? She frozen. Magic, you messed you hold on, let me see. Oh, you froze up, Madge. Come on back. Come on, Black Crow. Come on back. Yo, it's getting bad. It's getting bad out here. We got to put together the whole crew. We got to put together the whole crew. You hear me? She only ended up with out of 250, she ended up with $25 to get the StreamYard. Shout out to everybody else that donated for StreamYard. But damn, these people over there battling for, you know, and think about that. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to really think about that. I want y'all to think about the situation that Jaguar put her own friends in. These is people that she called her friends. These is people that she say she was cool with at one point. People are putting their ducks in these baskets, their eggs in these baskets over there, right? And you got the not saying that he's supposed to be cool. He telling me that I gotta be loyal to him, and the whole time he was trying to set me up to backstab me. Think about that. You got the person who telling you that you gotta prove to them that you a loyal character, setting you up to stab you in the back. Think about that. He been throwing little back shade, back bites, going on other people's panel talking about something. I didn't put no pictures up of nobody. I didn't go to nobody Facebook and look them up and show no pictures of nobody, right? Throwing all this little shade out there, right? Nasty ass individual, nasty ass entity, right? He think nobody recognize him because he think that he can, do this little sneaky shit better than most people, right? He was a little butt hurt, because he tried to tell me to do something with my page. Block that person, block that person. Y'all remember how he acted that day when Sherelle and them was over here? He tried to treat me like a little pet. He tried to bring Maggie, he tried to bring Sherelle World and Perry over here and try to act like he had a little fucking pet. You know what I'm saying? I said block that person. Nigga, cut it out. Cut it out, bro. You giving off weird energy. You giving off weird energy, bro. You the same one that tell people not to you don't tell me what to do with my page. Don't tell me nothing about how to operate my page. Whoopty whoopty whoop, this, that, and the third. But then you came over to my page and act a plumb fool. You going over to other people's pages telling them not to use this word or not to drop that bomb because it'll get their page demonetized. But when you came over here, you act a plumb fool. And then you sit there and play it off like that's not gonna get your page. That ain't gonna have nothing to do with you getting monetized. That's not gonna stop you. That's not gonna stop you. And it fucked it up for me. It fucked it up for me. That's why y'all did it 2 days in a row. That's why you made sure. Now, Perry and Sherelle, I can't say whether they was involved in this whole, directional thing that he pulled, right? They might have been genuinely trying to, just come back and give a better show. You know what I'm saying? Or, but they're not for sure, because he on the back end calling me on the back end. He calling me on the back end. That's how I know you the snake in the grass. You calling me on the back end talking about something. Hey, Danny will strike your page. Watch out, because I'm telling you, Danny will strike your page, right? You talking about something. Danny seen the numbers, and she probably strike your page because she seen them numbers going up like that. Nigga, you can't be the same one attacking somebody and trying to point out who did it. Like, who the fuck you think you is? Houdini? What you think you pulling magic tricks out here on YouTube? You don't get that weird shit out of here. And then you sit back and you feel the energy of it. Ooh, that reminded me of old school Clubhouse. Ooh, that was so nasty. I can take it. So shut up. Who faces you playing in, my boy? Who faces you playing in? But we fell back. You feel me? We fell back and let you have it. Because who are we? Who are we to let you paint the reality that you want to paint? You know what I'm saying? People will tell on themselves, sis. I told you that already, sis. Hey, shout out. Tell your husband I said what's good and everything. But people going to tell on themselves, sis. This is what I keep on trying to tell people. You don't have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do nothing. You can watch these people tell on themselves. You can watch these people tell on themselves. And they're going to do it every time, right? Now he on Maggie's page, buddy with Maggie. Knowing damn well Maggie waiting for me to pop up. He ain't looking for you to pop up, nigga. Maggie keeping you around so I could pop up. That's what she doing. You know what I'm saying? And yo dumb ass sitting over there trying to make it seem like you somebody and somebody's. Cut it out, Denot. Cut it out, bro. You struggling over here, man. You struggling on this YouTube shit. Be honest with yourself, bro. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. You could do all of that yelling, all of that. I hate this, I hate that, nigga. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I took a couple of days off. The pages are good. The pages are good. I took a couple of days off, but this was responding to some beef. I don't know where the beef came from. You know what I'm saying? I don't even eat beef. I'm a vegan. You know what I'm saying? You don't want beef. I do, and I've just eaten. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that type time. I'm on some vegan time. I might eat a little fish here and there, but mainly I try to stay away from the beef, you know. But in this whole situation, how it's falling out, you can't help but realize how it's falling out, right? You know, you can't realize. I'm glad that I opened some people's eyes, even though they might not say that I opened their eyes, right? I'm glad that some people came to the realization, even though they might not be honest and say that I helped them come to that realization. You get what I'm saying? And you got to think about this. They wanted to use my platform to crawl themselves back into this Jaguar Wright mess. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to use my platform to crawl back up into this Jaguar Wright mess. At the same time, you know, shunning my platform as they say they're going to go make other platforms that's similar to like what? I never asked y'all to come over and do that shit. I don't even know where the idea came from. So for me to try to kiss ass to people that I never really asked, I don't even have these people numbers outside of YouTube. I don't talk to these people outside of the not hitting me up and saying, yo, such and such want to do this and such want to do that. That's what I thought was happening. You feel me? That's what I thought was happening. I was like, okay, boom. And he hooking me up with other content creators that you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bet. I didn't know it was some type of like, you know, you gotta cater or kiss ass or you gotta like I don't know about no stepping on nobody's back and trying to make them seem like they not in control of their page and how they operate their page is according to how you want them to operate or you know what I'm saying? Like, or I didn't know no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna strike your page and pretend like it was other people that I want you to beef with so you can, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know none of that. I'm authentically me. You feel me? I showed that man a level of loyalty and a level of respect that most people kept on saying he didn't deserve. And that's the truth of it. You know what I'm saying? I gave him a certain level of respect that most people were saying he never deserved it. I watched them come over here and he try to talk this way and that way about women and nasty about this. Y'all watched it, y'all heard it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it. Y'all hear how nasty his tongue is. He tried to get me to join in with the nasty mouth. I can't join in with the nasty mouth. I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to keep calling people bees and this day. That's not me. So I'm always going to carry myself a certain type of way. Those who see it, see it. You know what I'm saying? I make fun of a lot of shit. I make fun of a messed up refrigerator. I make fun of an empty bonnet. I'll make fun of, you know what I'm saying, 5 outfits. I'll make fun of, you know, a bra that you wore for 4 years. I'll make fun of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to call you no B. I know how much that word affected people back in the 90s, the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of women fought for that word, you know, and you know, even though they call each other it now, you know, as endurement, like I know the struggles of that word. So I'm not gonna fix my face to start making that a regular word that I use. That's not what I do. So when somebody else uses it, you got to operate your vessel how you got to operate your vessel. I respect that that's how you operate your vessel. But you can't get mad at how I operate my vessel. That's the damn problem on this YouTube. These mother suckers want to get mad at how you operate instead of respecting your operation, instead of letting you be you, instead of, you know, understanding that we all not the same, even though we all down here at the same time. No, that's not what these mother suckers want. These manipulative ass mother suckers, they want you to do what they want you to do when they tell you to do it, while they keep doing the fuckery in the shadows and act like they the ones that's outsmarting somebody. And no matter how much you play humble, no matter how much you overlook it or ignore it or curve that shit, they still keep operating the same damn way. How many times did I have to curve his operation? How many times? When he sat there and was like, oh, people think that you better than me. What you got to say about that? Do you think that, nigga, I don't worry about what other people think. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't worry about what other people think neither. So why the fuck did you just read that shit then? How the fuck is you sitting here trying to act like you operate like I operate when you the one that read that shit instead of ignoring it or overlooking it? And you calling me on the motherfucking back end talking about some what you think. You think you seen that when somebody said that you better than me and da 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 da. You calling me on the back end asking me that shit. When you ask me something 3 times, I know you letting that shit become you. If somebody ever asks you something 3 times, man, listen, don't, it's becoming them. If they asking you about some jealousy shit, then sure enough, jealousy is building up in them. I'm telling this nigga, I keep on repeating to this nigga, like, bro, I don't worry about none of that. I just be me. That's it. That's all I could do is be me. Right. So, of course, you know, even in the Discord, you could ask all the people in the Discord. I'm telling this person, like, yo, I see you stirring up shit in the Discord. I see you trying to play this backbiting game in the Discord. And I also noticed that you're one of his mods. So for you to be in here asking questions about him, talking about some, how did you and Denot meet, right? Then it only lets me know that there's some weird shit going on, because why are you asking about how did me and Denot meet, right? So then I guess that person got mad because I spoke to them like that, you know, in the Discord. So that person goes back and tells the Knot some weird ass shit that we talking about him in the Discord. And then when he texts me on my phone and decided to type some weird shit in the Discord, I told him, I said, bro, whoever brought you back that information, you need to check them, because it's been your mods that's been playing in the Discord trying to do weird shit. And I sent him a screenshot of his mods texting me. They wasn't just texting me in the Discord, they was texting my real phone. You get what I'm saying? My actual number. So they texting me my actual, you know what I'm saying? So they texting me on the back end. So I show him that. I don't show him the date of what day it was or whatever. I don't show him the person's name. He's trying to say, you know, send me the person's name. I say, bro, I don't do that. I don't do that shit. I don't carry bad bones and do that weird ass shit. So I never sent him the person's name, right? He ended up sending me the person's name because the person sent him a bunch of messages, right? He ended up sending me the person's name. So I tell him, if you already got the person's name, why the fuck is you asking me what mod it is? If you already sending me information about what mod it is, that's weird, right? In which case he turn around and say, it don't matter. You entertained it. How the fuck how did I entertain it if I'm not the one that brought it up? Y'all tell me how I entertained it if I'm not the one that brought it up. This is when people already have a problem with you and they make up some shit in order to get that problem out that they have with you in the first place. You get what I'm saying? This is why he kept on saying phrases like, you might know how that TikTok shit work, but you don't know how it work over here on YouTube. 9 times out of 10, when somebody who's in secret competition with you tell you that you don't know how it works over here on YouTube, that means they gonna be the ones to show you how it works on YouTube. 9 times out of 10, a motherfucker who's trying to catch you in a I told you so situation is sitting there waiting for the I told you so situation. So they creating the I told you so situation. So when the motherfucker tell me that you don't know how it, or you might know TikTok, but you don't know how it is over here on YouTube, and you know what that does? That checks a box off in my head, right? It's a box that goes to a bigger box, that goes to a bigger box, that usually leads to a narcissistic maniac, right? So 9 times out of 10, I like to check these boxes off to make sure I'm not dealing with a narcissistic maniac. You get what I'm saying? So as I'm checking these boxes off, this motherfucker is fitting all the criterias of the shit that I'm trying to avoid. You get what I'm saying? So the problem with a narcissistic person is you can't call them out on their bullshit. You can't, you gotta let them play the shit out how they want to play it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it has to be their idea. When you trying to get away from a narcissistic manipulator, it's got to be their idea. It can't be your idea. They feel like they lost. If it's their idea, they feel like they won. You get what I'm saying? This all their mind calculates is wins and losses. That's all they know is wins and losses. If you keep one upping them and getting the victory, they got to keep trying that much fucking harder. You get what I'm saying? They got to try harder, right? But you got to make them think it's their idea. When you want to get away from a narcissist and you realize what the fuck they doing, you got to make them think it's their idea. Then you skedaddle. You get what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about that. This man showed you a certain display where he's telling me to block Madagascar. But what he ain't telling y'all the whole time that he's going on that page and antagonizing them during the live that he's doing over here. Right? That's his true intentions. His true intentions wasn't my show. His true intentions wasn't my page. He was sending private messages on the back end telling Sherelle that this girl was saying this and this girl was saying that. So Sherelle can be mad and speak on a lot of shit. That's what he was doing. And then he was going over there on their panel and say, oh, Ralph got more views than you. And then coming back over here. This nigga was doing some weird shit the whole time. It was weird the whole time. I don't see how nobody wasn't paying attention to it. I was paying attention to it. The Atlas family was paying attention to it. The Sister Wives was paying attention to it. Cyber Nation was paying attention to it. That's probably why the internet is undefeated, right? Because we see these players. We see these players. The regular people might not see these players, but we see you. You motherfuckers is manipulatippers. One manipulator trained another manipulator, trained another manipulator, trained some more. That's all y'all did. Y'all turned one into manipulator, the two into manipulator, them two manipulators turned to four. We see you. We see you. I seen the not coming before the not seen himself coming. You see what I'm saying? You know? He was trying to get me, and then look, AT2 tried to be like, oh, do anyone know who Ralph DaWise is? Nick, what you trying to take notes from the Art of War? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Nigga, this does not know. Why y'all still acting like this the Hunger Games or some shit? Y'all motherfuckers really out here. Is this what y'all do for bread and meat? Without it, y'all didn't eat and y'all didn't miss a meal? If this is y'all meal ticket, let me know what the fuck is going on. If this is it, let me know. Because this ain't no way. Ain't no way. You can't tell me this is it. That all these motherfuckers is out here doing this shit for bread and meat. And without it, they don't eat. They should have invested this shit. They should have all got together and invested into a piece of land. And that way they can all just live on the land together. Matter of fact, put 5 of them in the same house and see what the fuck the outcomes be. That's what we need to do. Put 5 of y'all in the same motherfucking house. The Knot, AT2, put Sherelle and Perry upstairs, put Madagascar in the little mop closet, and let these motherfuckers do a whole show together. Cause this is weird. This is weird shit. I never seen nobody circulate beef for 3 years. This motherfucker act like he beefing with AT2. He'll pull up. First he said he'll pull up on Madagascar. And I was in Canada too. And I'll pull up. Hope you got some family too. I was like, damn, he about to make a whole song out of this. For real, I was looking like, yo, he about to make a whole song out of this shit. The Knot was out there bobbing his motherfucking head on the thing. And I was in Canada too. Shit. And if I pull up, you gonna need your family too. And I don't care who you call, better be you and your crew, because I'm coming solo dolo. What you gonna do? I was like, damn, this nigga is on her top. He texting me on the back end. He want her unalive. I want these people unalive. I don't want them there no more. I was like, damn, this nigga got heavy feelings towards these people. I didn't know what to do. I'm just letting him say the shit because I didn't want to be like, calm down, bro. That's a lot of anger. That's a lot of rage. Wow. You know what I'm saying? For a motherfucker to be telling you, I want them gone. I want them out. And I don't care if they unalive. And I'm like, damn, this nigga is really mad at them. This the type of shit that he was saying. I mean, we could go back and watch the video. It's on. It didn't get took off of both the pages. It just got took off of Ralph DaWise because somebody specifically targeted that account, right? Because that same live is still available on Energy at Atlas. See, maybe these people didn't know that we were streaming on both pages at the same time. So they hit one of the pages but didn't hit the other one and made it seem like it was against the guidelines of YouTube or some weird shit. Right. So that lets you know it was targeted, right? These people are not smart enough to fucking they don't work hard enough to actually say, you know what, let me go hit the other video off too. So that way it'll look like this way or that way. No. That's not how they think, right? So same thing goes with the knot. The knot goes over to the page the same day that we live. He goes over to the page, Magic page. He say, "Oh yeah, y'all not worried about the 500 people that Ralph DaWise got on his page now. Jaguar is special. Jaguar is special. She in a whole different book by herself, right? She on the Energy of Atlas page where it was only 56 people at the time, right? So she looking at the Energy of Atlas page and she like, he only got 56 people in there, right? Maggie had to tell her, like, no, Jaguar, he's got a page with about 556 people in there. Jaguar say, who's got a page with 556 people? Yo, these people is just worried about numbers. You gonna scream, this is Sparta. How you gonna be fighting somebody and scream out, this is Sparta? And listen, I don't have no problem with Sherelle World and Perry. Like, I don't know. I thought they was doing their own thing. I thought they were doing pretty good, whatever the case may be. The not one over there and created this whole apology thing. I don't know if he needed content, if he was trying to build content, if he ran out of stuff to talk about. I don't know. Whatever it was, man, kudos for him. You know what I'm saying? For putting it together, however he put it together. Kudos for him. I just want to tell y'all, man, stay away from certain variations of energies. And we're going to do a little learning blast right here, just so people can have a grander understanding of what I'm talking about, because we're in the Aquarius sky right now, and a lot of things are changing under this Aquarius sky. So you have a lot of different things that you have to be cautious about now more than ever, okay? And this is one of those things that you should be cautious of. It is like a jihad within inside the vessel or the bodies of mankind. A lot of people are not going to make it, okay? I just want to let y'all know. Allegedly, supposedly, whatever you want to say, a lot of people might not make it if it comes to them, fighting something that's inside their self. You know what I mean?
Black Lilith is equated with a large variety of female demons, succubus entities, and is also the mother of birthing many demons or shadow creatures from lunar forces.
Let's go with masculine.
See lunar female demonic forces and Clippeth. Azazel and Black Lilith. Reference from historical timeline trigger events, 25YA. Produce anti-hierogamic spawn in Peru Stargate to destroy genetic equal and twin flame sacred unions during the Ascension, and put AI reversals and clones in its place. This is known as the Alien Love Bite. 1. Sephiroth Lunar Force. In the esoteric study of the Sephiroth of the Hebrew tribes, Kabbalah, this is relevant to the sphere of Yesod, the moon, as well as the archdemon Black Lilith. Baphomet is intricately involved in all deceptions and trickery relating to the seducer archetype, which promotes the sexual misery programming of the lunar forces or moon chain lineages. Baphomet deception. Gnosticism has been intentionally associated with the symbolic images of the Baphomet, an anti-life reversal of the Dark Mother principle, manifested through the lower 2D demonic hierarchies that answers to the serpent queen demon force that is conjured and projected through the archetypal Black Lilith. Thus, it must be clarified that the Baphomet was designed as an intentional Antichristosophia emanation, used to pervert hierogamic union and inner sacred marriage through sexual energy harvesting and exploitation of human beings. Baphomet rituals were spread on the earth through a secret pact of blasphemy and sacrilege designed to utterly destroy the Christosophia architecture, made popular through the teachings and practices of the Luciferian Knights Templars for over 9,500 years.
Now, I want to stop right there because that's what we're going through right now. We're watching a multitude of people put out different, notions, variations about what is Christ, the ideal image of Christ. You just had Orlando Brown, saying that Jaguar Wright is his mom and she's Mary Magdalene and he's Jesus. I don't know if y'all caught that. You got to pay attention to a lot of things right now. There's a lot of people that's in a Christ-like notion within inside themselves. If you're paying attention, some people are in a God-like notion of themselves. Some people are in a Christ-like notion of themselves. And here's why they're in these different notions of themselves. It's because of the Uranus. Uranus is the planet that rules the Aquarius sky. So if Uranus is the planet that rules the Aquarius sky, then you're talking about Uranus coming with two forms of energy. One is a humble sun. That is the masculine energy that comes from the planet Uranus. The feminine energy that comes from the planet Uranus is a Lilith energy. So you're watching people operate in a Lilith energy. Now, this Lilith energy can appear to you in the form of a man or a woman. Any vessel can be operating a feminine energy. So it can appear to you in a form of a man or a woman, but it is still the same energy of Lilith, right? Now you're going to notice that a lot of the other personas that are succeeding in this sky is a humble sun. Your Uranus is known as Uranus is known as a heavenly planet. It is called the heavenly planet or the son of heaven, right? So that's what you're looking at. Leviathan is the doorway to hell. So it's like the opening to the serpent, Leviathan, so on and so forth. It's all the same thing. These stories are repeated over and over again. So right now we are in the process of going through an ascension, which is the time of the Aquarius sky, right? Now we're in the Aquarius sky, moving into the Aquarius sky. Allegedly, supposedly, you're watching these different things take place. You hear different stories on here where, Jaguar is referring to herself as one of the fallen or the Nephilims or so on and so forth. Everybody is familiar of the Canaanites and the energy that is inside of them. Some people come aware of it more than others if we are actually looking at this correctly, right? You're watching different people fall victim to this, right? Now, here you go. Thothian Leviathan, right? Thothian Leviathan, right? If you want to get into this, we can get into this. It is deep, right? If you're ready for it. A lot of people ain't ready for this, all right? But I've been storing it up. I've been storing this knowledge up for a time that people might be more open to it, okay?
However, the Ruby Sun DNA was modified for hosting the Anunnaki-based reversal DNA template, which allowed Belial sons to project their consciousness into a body grown in a lab with the Egyptian Ceres Ruby Sun DNA template instruction sets. These specific Luciferian super race bloodlines were cultivated and initiated into the esoteric Luciferian Knights Templar secret societies, which evolved over time into what would become the origination of Freemasonry. These covert groups became the ground crew to be further manipulated by the Galactic Federation for servicing the Thothian Leviathan agendas for the New World Order or carrying out the Illuminati group's interests on the Earth. Since the Luciferian Knights Templar were established to covertly replace the original Christos Essene Templars and Magi Grail lines on the Earth, they asserted their genetic elitism and divine right to rule, thus systematically slaughtering any of the population that did not comply with their agendas. A major timeline trigger event began with the Celtic invasions 9,500 years ago, when the NAA and their Luciferian Knights Templars were first attempting to create a super race of genetic elites for ruling the earth. This placed the hijacked Egyptian Ceres and Ruby Sun DNA through their propagated bloodlines, which evolved into Freemasonry, Knights Templar, Rosicrucians, Jesuits, and other secret societies that persist with a similar Thothian slant of Hermetic esoteric knowledge. Therefore, the secret societies in power were originally formed by the Luciferian Knights Templar and were ultimately designed to hide the ancient sacred knowledge of humanity's true origins from the common people, in order to route them into the guardrails of superstitions, ignorance, and organized religion, such as the Church of Rome and Islam. The Luciferian Knights Templar effectively formed a priesthood and created an alliance with the Hyksos kings and knights of Malta in the Middle Ages to orchestrate several crusades in order to...
Now, in today's time, you wouldn't recognize this. You wouldn't recognize what was going on. You wouldn't see this person that this story is telling you about unless you knew what a master manipulator looked like. You wouldn't see this unless you had an understanding for what these people look like. Now, the Jezebels, they always move and they come with witnesses. They always bringing witnesses. It's always some secret, sex or some type of guilt that they use against you, something of your sacral chakra, right? They use coercions of the heart in order to, put you in guilt and shame, and that's how they operate. They use that specifically, you know. So this is what you have to look out for. This is what you have to watch for. They come in all shapes and form, whether it be in a man or a woman, right? These are the masculine and the feminine energies of the ego and the pride. This is how they operate. It's always, don't talk to me like that. Don't disrespect my families. Don't disrespect me. Don't do this. But as you watch them perform, you watch their operation is unruly. How they go about operating is always they could do what they want to do. You do what they tell you to do or what they allow you to do or whatever means of how they feel you are allowed to operate, right? You always got to play by these guidelines, these rules that seemingly don't apply to them, right? The rules that they holding you to don't apply to them. They feel like they could break all the rules and do what they want. Why you got to stay in a certain variations of respecting them, staying loyal to them, proving to them, showing this to them, right? Wanting all respect, but never giving it. Exactly. Right. So they this is why I say it's a victimizing, because what you're watching is you're watching these people go out and secretly victimize so they could then turn around and pretend to play the victim. Look at the knot. AT2 is talking to Sherelle and Perry, right? And the knot is in the middle of it doing lives talking about no, he got an infatuation with us. He da 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 and this, that, and my nigga, you don't never let two people talk it out without you putting your neck in the middle of it. But then soon as somebody come at you, you make it seem like, oh, why do everybody got a problem with? Because you're secretly you're secretly stirring a lot of shit up. You're not genuine. You're not real. You probably shouldn't be occupying this space either, because you're not genuine. You're not real. You're trying to make everybody else be real and genuine to you, and you're a nasty ass entity. You nasty as hell. You don't do nothing without it benefiting you. The whole Jaguar sector, you think you created it. You think that oh yes, I put him in the Jaguar sector. This ain't no fucking sector. This is YouTube, my boy. This is YouTube. The same thing I used to tell people on TikTok. There ain't no such thing as messy TikTok. It's just people being messy on TikTok. Same thing over here. This ain't no freaking sector. It's y'all deciding to be nasty in a certain areation or a certain area on YouTube and then circulate the people that y'all being nasty to. I don't want to be one of y'all circulations of people. I don't want to be one of y'all circulations of people. AT2 talking about something. Anyone know Ralph DaWise? Tell him to get in touch with me. Nigga, that was months ago when I used your damn video for something. That was back in January somewhere. Now, all of a sudden, you want to play it off like, anyone know Ralph DaWise? Can you tell him? Stop playing. Stop playing. Why is y'all playing with me right in my face? This is weird to me. This is weird to me. Don't play with me like that. I'm not no dummy. I'm not no fool. I see what y'all doing. Sitting there, you want to try to bring up my name so that way, yo, little who you beefing with, your arch nemesis. Y'all decide to do some old weird ass character shit where you decide somebody's your arch nemesis. While you pretend to be cool with everybody, but you secretly trying to get them to also fight your arch nemesis. And soon as it's not AT2 anymore, then it's going to be back to Danny trying to get at all the people that you feel like you got a problem with. You just going to keep on reinvigorating fucking talks about them so you can keep the circle of bullshit going. None of y'all really letting go like y'all say. I don't even do the Jaguar right sector no more. I gave that to Ralph. I gave that. You can't give somebody a sector. Nigga, you can't hire me. I deal with what's right. Right is right, wrong being wrong. You, somebody like you can never say they hired me. That's why I let you walk with your story. I let you walk with your story. Paint it how you wanted to paint it. I told you that. Over the text message, I told you that. Paint it how you wanted to paint it. I told you that. And if we really gonna play this game, you know I'm not no weirdo. You know I'm gonna show all the text messages. You know I'm gonna show all the text messages. So you could keep playing this game, but you know I'm gonna go straight nip it in the bud. You know, I'm gonna go straight to the text messages. This the bullshit he was texting. You know I'm gonna go straight text message. I'm not gonna sit here and play this shit. That's why I told you to go ahead and paint the picture however you want to paint the picture. Because your lies is gonna change, but the truth is gonna remain the same. You know that. You know the truth is gonna remain the same. So I don't have to do nothing because the truth don't change. So I really don't have to do nothing. We fell back for a week. You know what I'm saying? Atlas family. Then we did what did we say? Well, it wasn't a week, but then we say we're gonna fall back for a couple of days. Atlas family, we be in the Discord, we be watching it in front of Discord. We play the shadows sometimes. It was fun playing the shadows. You know what I'm saying? It was fun playing the shadows. I told y'all some shit had to come out. I told y'all some shit some more players had to come out in the game. You know, you see what's happening right now. Even on a higher level, look at the hip hop, right? Rolling 60s, you know, all these people getting locked up for the Nipsey Hussle situation. You see this going down around the Mo 3 situation. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even ready for the shit that's gonna play, like the shit that's gonna fall out. Jaguar got some shit to go down for that's bigger than what y'all think. You know, that's why our son said, hopefully nobody finds out the truth of the matter. That's what he said. Hopefully nobody finds out the truth of the matter. Jaguar know that truth is closing in on her. She know that. One's in the chat if y'all know the truth is closing in. One's in the chat. Y'all heard them talk about baby farms. Y'all heard her, you hear her keep talking about somebody trafficking out of this yellow Beasley trap house, right? You now hear people questioning whether she the feds or not, or it could be working with the feds, putting certain variations of information out there. She might be a part of a bigger investigation than what y'all think. Y'all see WAC 100, you know, and Ray J, they was under an investigation for a RICO act. It seemed like everybody that's caught up in bullshit got bullshit circulating around them, and now they trying to bullshit the bullshit that they was already bullshitting, and now we all on the fence and like we like bullshit. It's time for these people to go down. It seems like there's a lot of mentally unstable people that's on the internet doing this whole narcissistic shit. I don't know if they let y'all out of Gotham City, but y'all got to go back to the insane asylum, wherever the hell y'all came from. To not get your ass back in there with this weird ass game you playing. Think that you on here acting a character and you doing all of this acting shit and writing all of these scripts and all of these plays and you doing so much. Get your weird ass back wherever it is that you was coming from. Get your weird ass back to where you was at, my boy. You weird, my boy. You weird. You sitting there got people trying to prove loyalty to you when you ain't loyal. You so weird. You don't even trust yourself. For real, I bet you probably hide a lot of shit from yourself in your own house. I bet you probably hide a lot of shit from yourself. I bet you do. I promise you do. You probably be hiding shit. I didn't even know I put that in there. You know what I'm saying? You know how you hide something from yourself? I didn't even know I put that in there. Damn, when I put that in there? Hiding money and shit. When I put that in there? You know what I'm saying? He over there playing a whole game with Maggie now. I hope Maggie see that shit. I hope she see it before it's too late. She want me to come up on her platform. I see all of her wrenches talking about have Ralph come. For what? What do I need to come up for? Y'all already showed me that y'all not real. Y'all play with my words over there. Y'all sit there and let somebody come up with and then you sit there and you try to manipulate their words and play this whole game. That's why Maggie want me to come. Why would you want me to come up? It wouldn't make sense. Why would you want me to come up over there, Maggie? It don't make sense. You would want me to come up to your page. I can understand why I'm in the comment section, why I'm typing shit. I can understand why I'm doing that. But I don't understand why you would want me to come up. If I disgusted you, if I called your mom and told your mom that you was talking to people like this, if I did you such a great harm, why would you want me to come up on your page? It doesn't make sense. Right? Right? Does it? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense to me. Unless you're on some weird ass cruel and unusual punishment shit, you know what I'm saying? Unless you just like, what I'm saying? If I made you cry 2 times, Maggie, why would you want to be bothered with me? I made you cry 2 times on live. I didn't even know I was doing it. I don't even know how I did it. You made up a whole lie about me and cried. I don't even know how I did that. Tell me how I did that, Maggie. All right, so these people all right, Jaguar, right? They want to tell you about, but they don't want to tell you about the planet Anubaru. The planet Anubaru, these was battle stars, these were starships. They don't want to tell you about that allegedly, supposedly, right? They don't know this information. Now, you telling me these people claim to be stuff and they don't even know the knowledge that come with the stuff that they claim to be? I think we need to take a closer look at this, right? This comes with the self-anointed God. Y'all know Jaguar is a self-anointed God. She anointed herself God. We're going to get into all of that too. I want to reveal the truth to y'all. Now, imagine them claim to be truth seekers. They want to give you a false analogy of what truth seeker is. They claim to be, conspiracy theorists. They want to give you a false analogy of what a conspiracy theorist truly is. But I want to give you the truth. I want to reveal the truth of what everything is. Okay, so that's what we're going to dig into, the truth of shit, the depths of it. Okay, we're not going to that surface level shit that they playing on. We're going to skip past that. Okay, we're going to the depths of this. Okay.
The controllers handpicked the hybridized Nephilim bloodlines that they could corrupt through the mind control programs in order to carry out their enslavement through tyranny agenda. This does not mean that all Nephilim bloodlines are corrupted. It means they are hybridized genetic beings that have been perpetrated upon, to be recruited as the enforcers of the negative alien agenda NAA. 2. Nephilim Reversal Grid, NRG. The Nephilim Reversal Grid, NRG, has been active in the United Kingdom since the Nephilim Wars. In order to dismantle the NRG, the various hubs feeding it from all over the planet need to be dismantled systematically, while freeing the soul enslavement used to power these grids. This has been transpiring in the Guardian teams since my awareness of them in 2008. The NRG is responsible to break apart hybrid genetics by reversing any synthesis of alchemy that happens organically between the male and female principle, electron-proton balance, as well as repelling any healing for reptilian-based genetics. This is desired by the reptilians because their human representatives that are bred as Nephilim, genetic hybrid between Oraphim and reptilians, are easy to possess and mind control for their negative alien agenda NAA.
Allegedly,
The
supposedly.
reptilians do not want to heal and thereby integrate into human society as an equal. They want to rule it as an absolute authority in the archontic deception behavior enforced by the false king of tyranny. 3. Niburian Battlestar.
Now,
Wormwood refers to the Niburian Anunnaki's artificially created battlestar that exists on the counter-orbit to the Nibiru planet in our solar system. The alien architecture leaches onto the former body parts of exploded Tiamat, which exists as Phantom Body and is the Phantom Matrix wormhole of Tiamat. The Nibiru battlestar was formed from the exploded parts of Maldek. See Maldek explosion. Self-anointed gods.
now this is where all of this come in at, right? It's called the Anki and Enlil DNA, right? It's where they appoint their self as gods, and they say through the operation of their sacral chakra, through the operation of their fluids, the exchange of bodily fluids. This is where that nature boy cult come in at that carbon nature, right? That X cult, right? So this is where all of that come in. This is the Enlil DNA within inside of them that says through their fluid, that says through their blood, this can come in through their blood, and sharing this blood and this fluid locks you in, soul binds you, so on and so forth. So a lot of these people are binded through a soul, some idea of it, where it's it's a self-appointed god. It goes back to Nephilim, Enki, and Lil, children of old.
When these false alien gods waged their Luciferian rebellion and subsequent invasion strategies of conquering planet Earth, these self-anointed gods got to work on devising the various alien hybridization programs filled with genetic experimentation, social engineering, and religious mind control methods to generate consciousness slaves on Earth. The primary life designer for the Belial group, Siam Enki, began the first of many genetic experiments for cloning and hybridization breeding programs from the large elongated skulls of his future Syrian Anunnaki progeny of Nephilim with red hair, to the earlier seeding of Neanderthals, which are remnants of his previous Enki life designs for seeding Antichrist species. The main purpose to seed Antichrist species on the planet is to design them to be the natural enemies of the already existing indigenous population, namely the Essene Christos races, in which they would constantly be manipulated to instigate war and genocidal hatred.
Allegedly,
in order to
supposedly.
finally destroy all remnants
Now,
of.
you hold up just a minute, AI. You can't be saying stuff like that and then we fuck around and get hit off. You know what I'm saying? We gonna fuck around and get hit off. Okay, so you can't be saying stuff like that. Okay. So allegedly, supposedly, this is the stuff that's taking place, right? With this idea, genetic change, with everything that's taking place. No, for real, allegedly, supposedly, because you got to say allegedly, supposedly, especially when you're saying stuff like this, but you're actually watching this play out in real time. You know what I'm saying? And you watching it play out in real time, it's different. Because you're watching this play out in real time. You watching these personas. So that's the difference. You know? You're watching these different people. It's not like it's not like you it's not like it's the 90s and shit, and you just know what's taking place around your small town or area, Indiana. It's not like that. It's where on a global scale we can see this changing. We can see a change taking place on a global scale. Right? You can see this taking place on a global scale. It's not like it used to be. to where as though it was like, your small town, you never really heard about it. They might have had werewolves in the city, but you didn't know nothing about, you know what I mean? Now, with the Vatican coming out with certain variations of information about, different aborigines and different, variations of, you know, truths that's coming out, that all along, there's been something in our oceans, living in our oceans. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 leagues up under the sea could have been some real shit. A journey to center Earth could have been some real shit. That's why it's circulating. Superman, coming down here from, a different planet. That could be some real shit now. If we looking at the circulation of it, how they kept on circulating it, even with Dragon Ball Z, you got Goku coming from a planet of Saiyans that lives down here with the human that uses the human's energy, so it's so many different variations that are like, yo, this could be real. And then you have these manipulative dippers on here, you know what I'm saying? Oh, real Cleo. That's what's I've been good. I just had to take a break. That blood moon. Whenever you paying attention to the universe and the universe is, letting you know certain things, the universe will tell you to be at peace at a certain time. With that blood moon that came in and so much energy came with that. That wasn't good energy, to absorb. So I had to be at peace, within that time that energy was coming in, even coming out of it now, you see the ripple effect of it. You're like, damn, what the hell happened over the last week? Think about it. This time last week, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this time last week. Sherelle and them was doing their little thing with what they was doing. The Knot was doing his little thing with the things that was happening, right? AT2 was trying to catch up with the Knot, trying to, do variations of stories, right? It wasn't like this a week ago. Something happened. You know what I'm saying? We changed the vibration. These motherfuckers wanted back in on an operation that they thought was failed. They thought it was a faulty operation. They wanted back in on it. So they try to come in and manipulate us. They try to manipulate us, gang. You hear me? They tried this. We had to study the waters. We had to figure out what was going on. These people was perpetrating in our face. We disappeared for a little bit so we could let them paint the narrative how they wanted to paint the narrative. And my, what an ugly narrative they painted. You know what I'm saying? I would have expected them to put a little bit more dignity on the narrative. And he didn't even have the courtesy of doing that. He just painted an ugly ass narrative. And he sold himself out in the process. Showed people that he wasn't loyal and true to nothing or nobody. Think about that. He showed that he was not loyal or true to nothing or nobody. He went back up on Maggie's panel. He gifted Maggie, threw money at Maggie. This the same person you just wished death on, wished unaliving on, said you would never get that girl a penny. She would never be back in your algorithm, so on and so forth. Like, wow. Like, wow. You feel me? It's madness. This whole thing is madness. We got to stay out of the territory. This is dark work. You hear me? They playing dark work. He thought he was going to come over and tear a page down because he didn't like the fact that page was growing so successfully. Nasty work. He didn't like the fact I had people coming over from TikTok supporting. He didn't like the fact that our Discord is jumping. Nasty work. He didn't want to be a she did it so bad. Damn. Why is you hating on the she diddies so bad? Yo, where's the she diddies at? Come holler at me, she diddies. Damn, why is he hating on the she diddies so bad? He want to be one of y'all so bad. Maybe y'all need to start training him. Maybe one of y'all C Diddies need to take him up under the wing and train him. He over there trying to throw $50 and $25 at Maggie, you know, just to show her, just to be a C Diddy. He wants to be a C Diddy. Oh snap! BB Gaming going down. BB going down for that. They don't play like that in Polk County if they say they got you on online. Oh, that's Uchi the ruler? That's terrible. Oh man, some other stuff is going down in a different area that I was frequently dealing with some people in on TikTok, and now it's hitting basement too. But that's why I say you needed to stay clear of these energies. Y'all didn't stay clear of these energies. A lot of y'all got some energy transference that's got some negative shit coming y'all way. But hey, listen, I told y'all.
Last month's astrological shift into Virgoan constellation alchemy, September 16th to October 30th, began the powerful sequence of trigger events igniting another intense stage of lunar transfiguration impacting the corrupted elementals and artificial red wave machinery that were used to encode Enki DNA overlays into angelic humans. The spiritual magnum opus is rising for those ascending Christos starseeds with divine missions that include working on the embodiment pieces for the Blue Rainbow Solar Raisha Dragon Sacred Sophianic Awakening of White Solar Queens on the Earth, which is the lunar transmutation process of the shadow elements that have been running Enki-coded red wave overlays into the planetary DNA. Last month's Emerald Crystal Heart of Air described the holy matrimony of the Cosmic Mother's White Queen and Cosmic Father's Red King at the Hill of Terra, returning the...
Now, of course, a lot of y'all might not know what that is, and you don't need to really know what that is, right? Because what you really need to know is something could be taking place in your brain, right? It could be. You don't know. You don't know the chemicals that's moving around your brain at this time, right? You don't know the effects that this solar flares could be having on the chemicals that's in one's brain right now, right? You might not know all of this stuff, right? Could be different. Things could be different right now. Okay. So one has to be very careful, very cautious with dealing with energies under this new air. Very cautious when dealing with these energies. Okay. So let's keep listening. Just know, be careful.
Chemicals are substances made of one or more elements bonded together, which generally indicates the chemical interaction that happens between the substances. A chemical substance is a form of matter having constant chemical composition and characteristic properties.
Now, they're saying that, between everything that's going on, there's going to be a change in our DNA, in our chemical makeup. Now, I know that y'all recently had a scientist on Maggie's page that said we only have 23 chromosomes and blase, but the real scientists will tell you that they studied the solar flares and they are upgrading our DNA, and we are moving towards a higher operation of the DNA strands. And if we are operating in more of our DNA strands, then obviously more of our chromosomes will be working in operation too. But we have to let them tell the story how they're going to tell the story. And according to their story, we just have 23 operational chromosomes, and that's it. Sad, sad, sad that this scientist sat there and lied to y'all like that. That's very sad. But she's a scientist. She's a scientist, and she's also a Discord public spy.
Properties. However, when discussing the fundamental process of DNA, we are primarily concerned with the proteins, which are the chemicals of life. To form a strand of DNA, nucleotides are linked into chains of deoxyribose sugar, along with phosphate, which together makes up the sugar-phosphate backbone in deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. However, it has surfaced that as a result of checkerboard mutation used for gender reversal imprints, Enki DNA overlays and subsequent alien hybridization of angelic human DNA, the sugar-phosphate backbone was missing the correctly synthesized genetic pair bonds of the organic mother and father lines. Hence, the human race has been missing the correct sugar-phosphate instruction set required to activate correct genetic pair bonds from mother and father genes inherited from their biological and spiritual family of origin. This particular genetic digression is responsible for the missing chromosomes, 12 per 12 strands equals 144, which are critical for properly encoding proteins for building our DNA ladder. With the invaders' agendas for genetic modification to usurp.
Of course, a lot of people don't know what the 12 per 12 strands equal in the 144. This goes back to what is the original 144, the 12 within the 12 that makes 144. Not only is there 12 universal laws, there's 12 laws inside the 12 laws that totally equals up to 144. So these is 12 laws inside of 12 laws that equal 144, right? Now, when it says that the 144 will awaken, it is talking about the 12 chakra systems within inside the vessel, the 12 within inside the 12. This is also known as the disciples. The disciples, the 12 disciples of the vessel of mankind will awaken, put together by the mystery 13. The 13 is the one that put together the 12, right? So if you're going back to, the Council of Nicaea, and you're breaking down what the Council of Nicaea said, different variations of it, then this is the time that they were preparing us for, right? This is the Aquarius sky. This is the age, the sky that they were preparing us for, Now, we might not really understand it because everything that's going on, we might not understand it because everything that's going on, there's a lot going on in this new era, this new time, right? Now we get caught up in the distractions of what is Jaguar right. So our feelings and emotions is being manipulated or manipulated, right? Our feelings and emotions are being manipulated right now by what is Jaguar right. So there's a lot of things that's taking place right now in this verse. You can't miss out on it. You can't miss out on it, on these things that's taking place in this verse. It's a lot. It truly is a lot of things that's taking place in this verse. But you open your eyes, you might miss it. And the reason why I say if you open your eyes, you might miss it is because a lot of this stuff, you have to allow it to roll around your third eye. Your third eye is that all-seeing eye. It is that eye with 1,000 eyes, because that's how you have to look at things now. You have to let this roll around your dubla oblongata. You have to put these thoughts in your brain and let your brain do what it do with thoughts, and you got to get rid of all the bad thoughts that's coming into your vessel. You got to decide which ones is bad, which ones is good, and you got to get rid of these bad thoughts. But this is because we're going through a transfer. Everything has to transfer from a solar to a lunar imprint, right? So things are coming in from the dark waters in your vessel, and they're being transferred into the solar side of your vessel. So things are coming from the dark water and coming into the light water right now. This is what the biblical text meant when it said that the waters will rise. It wasn't talking about waters that are on this plane of existence. It was talking about the water inside your vessel that will rise, right? So the waters in your vessel are rising. Well, if you thinking about Jaguar that much to where as though you gonna see 3 of her, you need 2 diapers and a pacifier and 3 bags of chips with name prints on them, because you in a whole heap of trouble.
There are many falsified claims being made in the online New Age spaces in which these twin flame unions have been forged between those being manipulated with lunar consciousness overlays transmitted from lunar zodiacal imprints, i.e., Enki DNA, which are not actual solar consciousness gender twin flames. These situations that are mated in genetic oppositions between angelic humanity and those with high reptoid DNA hybridization are considered to be major opportunities for spiritual growth, consciousness rehabilitation, and learning lessons with unconditional love, compassion, and empathy for all involved, as disclosure continues to reveal the truth of hidden human history to the masses. During the month of October 2023, the planet endured the next stage of bifurcation, whereby there was another major event with the separation of worlds between the lunar matrix distortions of the 3D zodiacal calendar positions and another new formation with corrected sun-star networks aligning the 5D zodiacal calendar positions. The corrected solar calendar positions for the ascending timeline zodiacal alignments have now begun. There is no turning back. This event,
you might not know all of this, but they told you roughly around, the month of April 2023, they told you all of a sudden that the clock has stopped. The clock seems to be going backwards. We lost like a 1/10 of a second or 1/8 of the second or something like that. So even time is not ticking the same way that you think it's ticking. A lot of things that around us are actually changing, and you're not even recognizing the change because someone got you caught up in feelings and emotions. Uh someone got you caught up in this idea of feelings and emotions, and um it's manipulating your mind into thinking that we're still living in this old world of feelings and emotions, right? But really we not. Intentions are ruling the air right now. You can almost reshape your reality right now in this new era, right? You can almost reshape it if you
event
get
has had
enough
significant
people.
impacts for many on the ascending path with the sudden and spontaneous combustion of karmic relationships, family situations, and assorted life lesson themes surfacing in Black Cube and Red Cube, Tree of Life Blockages, art by Sequoia. The Emerald Guardians are alerting us to what humanity is being exposed to at this particular stage and why the planet and humanity are undergoing a massive expand forward into higher frequencies and so on. This is a part of that construct as well, in that those who control or hold rod and staff control time. Calendar positions. The corrected solar calendar positions for the ascending timeline zodiacal alignments have now begun. There is no turning back. This event has had significant impacts for many on the ascending path with the sudden and spontaneous combustion of karmic relationships, family situations, and assorted life lesson themes surfacing into awareness for resolution and then reaching an abrupt and final conclusion. The recent bifurcation was supercharged with solar zodiacal imprints and may have brought on intense ego death and shadow body healing, purging Enki DNA genetic modification membrane skins with the onset of dark night of the soul levels of intensified psychospiritual crisis. Obviously, when we have a greater comprehension as to why our lives may have suddenly been upended and we are enduring a phase of great upheaval that generally comes with deep spiritual transformation, it is not pleasant but with emotional maturity. We know that it is necessary for our growth and spiritual transformation. When we have proper context for the spiritual reality of planetary ascension, we know to go within and ask the right questions of ourselves along with that. Necessity to connect with.
A lot of y'all might not understand what that's saying, but this is where their public humiliation rituals come in at, right? So because you don't understand what that just said, you don't realize that it's telling you that the reason why they go through this emotional damage phase where they are publicly humiliated, shamed, whatever the case may be, where you're thinking that why are they going through this, but really it is considered to be a growth within the ego to place you in such heavy of shame, guilt, or anything like that, right? And to do it on a public scale, right? When you do it on a public scale, this is where everybody thought process comes in, right? So it builds you into some sick shit. You're right. It builds you into some sick shit, right? Because it's that you never see people really being glorified on this magnitude of a scale, but you can always witness a lower vibration of a ritual of this. This is where the hazing come in Greek mythology. This is why they still do it in frats and fraternities, right? Sororities and stuff like that. This is where that hazing comes in. It goes into schools too. When you're going into the ninth grade, they say it's like a ninth grade hazing that you go through, right? When you go into college, it's like a freshman hazing that you go through. All these things, it's something that's been carried on throughout the centuries through, Greek mythology, so on and so forth. It's something that's been around for a while. I don't know. I think watching Jag's videos wouldn't really be a hazing. I think that would be like an unaliving sentence, to watch her videos, like, because I don't know if you'll be able to get out of that. Hey, Golden Queen, namaste, namaste, namaste. That's all I can add to that is namaste. Hope everything is well. Hope you're doing great. You know, I see you shook loose of that whole situation. Hope you build your page, everything like that. I hate to say it. I do think Mike was on some creep shit, to be watching y'all video outside of the video and making those comments, all of the oohs and the ahs and the and you picked up on it, right? Whether they want to address it or not. This is why those weird uncles are still in the family doing the weird shit, touching on themselves in front of the kids and the babies and shit like that, because they hide these type of people in the family, based off of their level of favoritism or whatever the case may be. You can't do nothing about that. You picked up on it, you read it properly, and anyone that will go back and watch that video will read it properly. But the fact that they took somebody else's word for it, for what the video really entailed, I said it, probably before you even picked up on it. I said that's alarming right there. But of course, people go with the narrative that best fit them and their numbers. They're not going with what is right. And you made valid points. You thought y'all was there about the kids. You thought that y'all was there about, empowering women and giving the strength back. But as you slowly notice, not everybody is out here for the same reasons. And when you realize that people are not aligned with you, you got to have the integrity, the tenacity, and the authority to take place of yourself and realign yourself with something that's right with you. And that didn't sit right with me. The whole Mike situation, it didn't sit right with me. The fact that he's getting these women from the Philippines and making them feel obligated to do what he wants them to do. The fact that he exploited the fact that his daughter, called him and asked to live back with him because she was, out of options and didn't have nowhere to go. And he used that for a moment to shun her and tell her she should have listened to what he was saying in the first place and all this other weird shit. And that probably explains why he's getting sick right now and he's got all them damn brain aneurysms and he got knots and shit growing off the side of his head because he done went over there and ate some shit he wasn't supposed to eat. And now he got some monsters growing inside of his body. But the universe gonna take care of him. It's about to come out that, that he got a brain tumor and some more shit. So I ain't gonna speak on that. Allegedly. I ain't gonna speak on it. I'm gonna wait till you come out and tell him, Mike. Tell him, Mike. Tell him about how sick and disturbed you is, Mike. and why you actually packing up and going to the Philippines. Tell him, Mike. Tell him the truth, Mike. Tell him why you paying for that woman over there in the Philippines, talking about that's your wife. Tell him, Mike. Be honest with these people. Tell him. Tell him why in America you live at home with your mama, but you keep sending money to the motherfucking Philippines. I'm living with my mama, but I'm taking care of some people in a third world country. I'm the man. I'm the man. No, the hell you ain't, Mike. No, the hell you ain't, Mike. Bunch of fake ass characters over there, man, pretending to live a life that they not really living. That shit ain't making no sense, man. For real, you sitting there with your mama talking about, son, I'm about to go to the pool. Everybody like, oh, who you about to go to the pool with? My mama. Nigga, you 60. You 60. You should not be doing that. Hey, you have a great day too, Golden. Love is love. Appreciate you for stopping through. You have a great one. Hope everything goes well. You know, future endeavors as far as you building your page go and everything like that. Hope everything goes well. You know, hope you continue to do what's good and what's righteous in this world. I heard you and your mom speak on God. I heard you and your mom speak on wanting to do what's right. You know, even though y'all going through what y'all going through, you still speaking on trying to be and do what's right. And that's all we can do is fix the things that we have, you know, that we want fixed and try to move towards a better us tomorrow, but try to be that today. You know, one thing I like to remind myself is I'm only half as good as the person I was yesterday and only half as good as the person I'm going to be tomorrow. That's the thing that I strive for. I strive to be better than the person that I was yesterday, but only half as good as the person that I'm going to be tomorrow. And I'm in competition with myself. A lot of people like to think that you're in competition with them, you're trying to prove them this, trying to prove them that. I'm in competition with myself. Every day I'm trying to be better than the person that I was. I reanalyze situations that I've been in and how I responded to it and think, how can I better the response? How can I change my response? So on and so forth. And I don't just say this, I speak this into my life because I add this as a practice, right? I don't keep dealing with people the same way, hoping for a different result, knowing that that person don't understand the things that I understand. So when you come across certain people and you realize that they're not going to change, why do you keep beating a dead horse? You realize that this person is not going to change. You have to be willing to change your operation to fit the narrative of the situation, right? You run across a lot of situations like this where a lot of people just keep on fighting for no reason. It ain't no reason to do it. People are going to operate according to how they're going to operate. Now, you name one thing I could have said, one thing that I could have did that was different that would have changed the knot from operating like the knot. Nothing. There was nothing I could have said, nothing that I could have did to stop him from operating according to him. These people want people to gravel at their feet to try to prove to them that you didn't do nothing wrong with them. And it ain't going to make a damn difference. They're going to create a problem with you, whether you want to see it or not. That's what they want to create, a problem. So why are you going to beat yourself up, rack your brain, try to sit there to try to help somebody not create a problem that they clearly want to create? Okay, bet. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to put the link in the chat right now because you're not a mod. I don't think you're gonna be able to put it in the chat. Uh okay. I got you. Yeah, you talking about on your mom's page, Dee Dee the Fox. Okay. Okay. We'll play the content. I think you're talking about on Dee Dee the Fox. Because that's where we seen it at before. We just watched it in the Discord, though. I didn't really bring nothing to the. I think I did. I think I did bring it. I think I did play it over here before. We got you. We got you. Don't worry about it, Goldie. We got you. Love is love. That's all we spread over here is love. So we'll push it out in the Discord. We'll get some people to come from the Discord and follow your page, and we'll try to get you, out there as far as to tell your story and speak on it, so on and so forth. Um, so yeah, when you're looking at this, there's a lot of stuff that's taking place right now that is related to a network that you might not really understand. You might not know what Mecca is with all of this stuff. So we're going to get into this, the Freemasons, all of this stuff that allegedly, we're going to get into the real conspiracy theorist stuff. All right, we're going to stop being fraud, with these fake conspiracy theorists talking about sex and who's fucking who and making it seem like that's a conspiracy theorist. No, it's not a conspiracy theorist of who put who ding-a-ling and what PP and all of that weird shit. That ain't no fucking conspiracy. That's gossip. That's, grapevine. That's rumor mill. That ain't no damn conspiracy on who's fucking who. So yeah, we're gonna get into some real conspiracy theories and so on and so forth, man. This shit, we about to shake this whole sector up. All right. So love is love. Namaste. I say salutations. And let's turn this sector upside down.
The Black Stone is a rock set into the eastern corner of the Kaaba, the ancient building in the center of the Grand Mosque in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. It is revered by Muslims as an Islamic relic which, according to Muslim tradition, dates back to the time of Adam and Eve. The stone was venerated at the Kaaba in pre-Islamic pagan times. According to Islamic tradition, it was set intact into the Kaaba's wall by the Islamic prophet Muhammad in 605 CE, 5 years before his first revelation. Since then it has been broken into fragments and is now cemented into a silver frame in the side of the Kaaba. Its physical appearance is that of a fragmented dark rock, polished smooth by the hands of pilgrims. Islamic tradition holds that it fell from heaven as a guide for Adam and Eve to build an altar. It has often been described as a meteorite. Muslim pilgrims circle the Kaaba as a part of the Tawaf ritual during the Hajj, and many try to stop to kiss the black stone, emulating the kiss that Islamic tradition records that it received from Muhammad. Muslims do not worship the black stone. 1. Knights Templar and Freemasons. A new religion was created in order to secure the Stargate and Temple Mount for the Black Suns, the architects of Islam. They plucked out a young man for grooming into leadership through intensive training, accompanied with Church of Rome Roman Catholic advisors, and that became the mythos behind a man named Muhammad. Islamic energy architecture has an extensive black cube network in the earth grid transmitting through its mosques and minaret system, which uses.
Now, of course, a lot of people don't know or understand exactly what this is talking about when it's talking about the structure. These are different structures, different things that they structured down here in the physical plane of something that was a lot bigger, right? When we had different variations of energy that was here, different variations of knowledge that was here, going back to Egypt, going back further than that, when Queen Mu decided to give certain variations of knowledge to the Egyptians in order for them to understand certain variations of rituals that came to mankind. Solomon deemed this to be the 72 demons of the soul of man. Now, this was at a time where people didn't label it feelings and emotions. It actually had different meanings. These feelings and emotions actually had different meanings, right? So when it talks about the feeling of grief, guilt, shame, neglect, all of these different things are different variations of feelings and emotions now. But back then, they deemed these things to be spirits or entities, right? You're just a vessel, right? You're just a vessel that are allowing different variations of uh, spirits and entities to overtake you for variations of times. Think about it. Trouble don't last always. But if trouble don't last always, neither do good things, right? That means you cherish the times that you are in good things and hope to study the storm whenever the trouble comes, right? So that means everything is based off of ocean, everything is based off a wave. What comes back to you, but it's all based off of some form of a notion, a wave. You're riding the wave when it's good, and you're trying to survive when when it's crashing, when it's raging, right? So in a sense of it, all of us are a part of this. All of us, none of us are truly in control of ourselves. We try to, you think if we was in control of ourselves truly, why ain't we all good and happy if we was all in control of ourselves? We should all just choose happiness and just stay there, right? But it don't work like that. This shit comes with trials and tribulations and certain buildups of energies and feelings. Think about how many times you kick that damn stool or you kick that damn side of the bed. You know it's there. You know it's there. You know that's the side of the bed. You know you're going to do it. And still, your mind slips and you stub your foot on that mother sucker, right? And no matter how many times you tell yourself you're going to remember that shit there, there's always come that moment where you're moving too fast and you're like, oh shit. And you jump up and boom, you kick that damn same bed again, right? But the reason why I say that is because once again, it's waves, right? It's waves to this, it's frequencies to this. It's not just what y'all think. And then when it comes to these lunar women, right? These lunatics, right? You got them right now happening. You got the Jaguar rights right now. They trying to create a whole different bloodline. They telling you that Mary Magdalene was a prostitute, a profane prostitute. You better look up the book of Revelations. It tells you about a prostitute that sit by the waters, and the waters is the man and the people and the nations and the tongues. The book of Revelation 17, you better read it. Mary Magdalene is not who you think she is. She is messing up these people's images. Mary Magdalene is not even who she's claiming to be, Mary Magdalene, because she is the prostitute. She's the prostitute of mystery Babylon. She is the Jezebel pretending to be Mary Magdalene. You hear me? She is the Jezebel pretending to be Mary Magdalene. That's not Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene held herself with dignity after she met everything. Mary Magdalene held herself with grace. Mary Magdalene held herself to the highest standard. She knew what she represented. She had a higher standard, a higher notion. It was way deeper than that. No, this is a Jezebel. This is a prostitute. I know the difference between Mary Magdalene and a prostitute, and she's not Mary Magdalene. She's a prostitute. Do you hear me? Mary Magdalene was a beautiful woman who held herself with the utmost respect, who classified herself as one with her, not this Jezebel shit. This Jezebel shit is going to lead her man to death every time. Mary Magdalene did not do that. Mary Magdalene fought side by side. Mary Magdalene was like Athena. Athena, y'all don't know about the wrath of Athena. She was considered the god of war and love. She fucked shit up. Mary Magdalene was something beautiful, something graceful, something that the world can love, an image that everybody can look up to. Not no motherfucking prostitute. No, fuck that, Jaguar. You is a Jezebel, nigga.
Humanity has been in a dark cycle of separation, which dedicated the female principle as made in the image of the moon goddess, as the stages of being a woman were matched to the shadowy reflections and phases of lunar light. Being equated to the secondary reflection of the male solar light, was the setup for descending the female image to be linked with monsters of darkness and hidden mystery, where the seeds of misogyny on earth began. The fear of the spiritual womb power inherent in females was robbed through rape, humiliation, and menstrual disgrace. These fears feed the dark witch female archetypes, such as the Black Widow mother promoted by the voodoo superstitions. In the moon chain lineages, this hell-spawn mother would eat her young and decapitate her husband, if she was not put in her place, kept barefoot and pregnant and commandeered by her husband. The fear of menstruation as evil, dirty, or a punishment for sin, the fears of the female sexual organs swallowing up the male, are still being massively fueled by the dark ignorance promoted to subjugate women to the status of breeders or prostitutes. In many places in the world today, women are told the only life purpose they are good for is as brood mare or for the whims of male pleasure. 1. With the solar sacrum upgrade, the female principle and instinctual emotional body within us must learn to be illuminated from within the radiant light of solar forces.
Thank you.
The moon represents the mirror which reflects the mysteries of God, as well as the hidden shadow side of the solar light. The lunar force hides what we cannot see inside ourselves. Many times we refuse to face our inner shadow from the primal spiritual fear of falling into the watery abyss of dark nothingness. It is time for the high priestess to enter between the pillars at the Temple of Solomon, embodied with a full wetted garment of light, forever dissolving the crescent moon and shadows underneath her feet. For she is the wife of the Lamb of God Jesus Christ, and it is her destiny to build the holy architecture of the New Jerusalem on earth, in perfect love and sacred marriage with her husband. We are leaving the lunar influence behind, as these lineages have been inherently responsible for the gender separation and sexual schism, which stole humanity's right and ability to live in sacred spiritual marriage. The moon chain lineage's history with the earth hold the hidden meaning behind the sexual misery programs and the main reason for extremely mismatched and unhappy marital relations promoted upon the human race. The moon chain lineages entered this planet through the Asian gates, and as such the epicenter of these moon chain belief systems will be highly concentrated in the cultural beliefs observed in the Asian regions of the planet, like China, India, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia. The following is a
Allegedly,
summation of the
supposedly.
hidden historical reasons
Allegedly,
contributing to
well,
these
you know what?
sexual.
Stop it right there, AI. I keep on trying to tell you, you can't just be screaming out these areas like this and telling people that this is going to be happening in these areas and shit. You can't do that. Okay? And then next thing you know, we got to tell them about the Arctic Treaty and the motherfucking ISIS Treaty and stuff like that. And we don't want to get into stuff like that. Okay? Now, y'all listen up. All right? Just know that things is changing. Okay? If you're going to cast your lot, don't cast your lot with these manipulatippers. Okay? These mother suckers is everywhere. All right? And they don't play fair. It ain't just Jaguar. All right? You watching Maggie move with the energy of a manipulator. Okay? You watching Maggie. You watching, the knot move with the energy of a manipulator. You see what he trying to do. He trying to sit there and make AT2 and Sherelle's World and them beef with each other. And he sit back and watch that shit and act like he didn't do. Don't tell anybody I said this. Don't tell anybody I said that. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't do this. Come on. Now everybody done turned their back on me. You a self-sabotager. You'll sabotage yourself every time. You lazy, my boy. You lazy. You think laying on your pussy gonna get you a job offering. You think if you give somebody that butt pussy, you gonna get a job offering. Somebody about to do something great for you. You nasty little individual. You a nasty little individual. The knot, Ricketts. You a nasty individual, man. You done pulled these people in some shit that they didn't even get. If they not involved in that shit, you shouldn't have pulled them into that shit. I wasn't about to say nothing about these people. I wasn't about to say nothing about these people, but you wanted to go do an apology to them as if I already had slighted them. You weird ass ninja. Get your weird ass out of here. Try to manipulate a situation only to try to make it about the knot. I gotta make it about the knot. Get your ass out of here, nigga.
You know, lately a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons.
Y'all know I've been kicking these demons' asses.
A lot of shit we do
And I'm
gonna
gonna
have
continue
consequences.
kicking their asses.
We gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here on this plot to God take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and he just pain, but it ain't helping. that shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, he paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money, my hunger for paper saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you want that lick shit, we can get rich, we can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but no wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, but where you gonna go after? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, dog. Real talk. Hey. Fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight in my. It's me against these demons.
So many demons.
Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas on go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they choke. Gave them the ball, and nigga they choke. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie yelling company. VMG gang, get bitch fit incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethal immunity, I can get ignorant. We not considerate, niggas do
hey, make sure y'all join the Discord if y'all not a part of the Discord.
I can pull up in the Highlands. Don't take no slam. Don't take no slam. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, boy, you gonna go down.
Come freely.
Gotta think about it.
You ain't gonna find out shit that we don't want you to know. Which is pretty much anything.
You don't know who gon' go to heaven.
And make sure y'all drop a donation, man. Hit the cash app, hit the PayPal one time.
Fight my demons.
Love,
fight my demons.
Stop supporting all this nasty stuff. Support some good people one time. Support some good people. Also, if nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the first but not the last to tell you that I love you.
Fight my demons.
One should be greater than reality.
It's me against
nobody tell you how great you are, man. You around the wrong people. Somebody should be telling you how great you are every day.
Living life in case and the idea that my evil thoughts go unpunished.
How great you are. I think you're great.
As I saw through the rubbish, my days of thugging get slow and rugged.
It's not about your shortcomings and not about your mistakes.
The puppets who control the public like a control.
You made those mistakes. They were choices.
Bullets in abundance.
I mean, you're gonna make good ones. You're gonna make bad ones. But only you could determine
all of a sudden,
the outcome
my
of those
past blurring, my future
I
is
think
sudden.
you're great. I think you're amazing, and keep
dark
being
and muddy,
great.
hoping for
Keep
sunny.
being
I'm still
amazing.
running.
All right, we changing this world whether they like it or not. Love wins.
Find peace.
Love wins.